CCR Racing, where we are taking on Grand Valley Highway. We've got quite the lineup here. Rare start. We're starting pole right in first. So we got Pembroke and Brogas behind us. Nielsen, Biff Stiff, Narsquatch, and M. Ricart. Hammer as well. So we're going to put the hammer to the pedal and try to survive all this. Just let me get into the actual race here. I want to be part of the live, of course. So we're driving the Porsche 911, we're leading the pack, but we're starting off on hard tires. I threw these on. I should have, if you're in this situation in the near future, do you realize that you're probably in a good situation to allow yourself to start off with the softs, because you want to actually stay ahead. You want your fastest laps now. If you're starting in the middle of the pack or anywhere behind, I'd say go with the hards. Because the theory behind that is you're probably going to get pushed around and get in some chaotic racing. You're going to spin out maybe, fight for survival, and that's going to wear down your soft tires. And anyways, near the end of the race, the pack is going to be more spread out. So with that spacing, you'll be able to run fast laps and just focus on lap times instead of just, like right here, avoiding, watching the radar. Thank you, Nielsen, for that clean driving. Weird little section to kind of figure out where to brake there. So we'll cover tips and tricks to surviving online racing. And of course, where to race. We just did this race with Lead Pencil. You can catch that. Good evening, Mr. Knight Rider Jim. We're over on Lead Pencil's channel as he was teaching us and reminding us of proper racecraft, the best strategies to use to just get through. Whew, that was very close to the wall as my thumb actually caught the side view camera. So they're braking at 100. Try to carry speed through here. Try get to the other side of the track there. To come back and just try to straighten out this little section. Okay, to catch a little tire, dirt on the tires, because the 911 can actually handle a bit of dirt now since the update. Much more of a realistic drive, performs and drives much better. It's actually a joy to drive, and it was not always the case in the past. The update before this, the 911, I wasn't so fun. And then the update before that, if I recall, or the one right before, was actually the 911 was solid. So it seemed to have just been... So we started braking there right around the 300, try to catch the apex, going slow to come out fast. Catching the right line will help us stay ahead. So we're on the hards. We'll only get faster as the race progresses. Knight Rider Jim, how are you? What have you been driving over here on the highway? Have you been driving the highway? Or maybe you've been kicking it in the GT4. So on 2 to the rear, that would have been maybe a bit of a slide out situation. So I'm liking 1 to the rear. It's just the perfect balance for the 911. That's brake balance I'm talking about. Because ideally to be fast, you're going to be trail braking. So you're braking right up to the apex. Then when you get to the apex, you're getting onto the throttle. Alright, so here, if we want to be fast, we're going to start braking at the 100 and not before. So the 100 marker there, we watch it, we brake at it. If need be, we brake to the apex, and actually we can brake a little later than the 100 if we're going to be trail braking right to the apex. We want to avoid touching those poles. That will give you a 0.5 second penalty. Try not to overturn the tires through there. Definitely don't want to, for the tunnel section, you definitely do not want to be screeching out those tires. So here at the 300, late apex, so at the marker, that's when you're at the apex, and if you got your line right, you should be able to get into the pedal there, put the pedal to the metal, not slam it down, but get into it. Have to let go of the throttle there just slightly because we are on the racing hards. On the softs, we'll power right through. So usually at the markers, that's your indication often to brake. So here, quick little braking. Get to the marker, speed to the next one. And then here, going slow so we can set this up so we can be on the throttle nice and early. Stay to the inside here so we can be out here wide, and at the marker often are the designation of where we need to start turning in. So finally getting through that section nice and quick because we got to make a nice little gap on the cars behind us there. So there after the 100, because we're going to trail brake to the apex. Don't get too close in here. Those rain gutters will quite possibly spin you out. Today's race going a little better than usual. Starting at the top and now consistently holding second. 4.8 seconds behind first, but first is that Nielsen is driving well. So we'll throw on, I want to make sure the softs actually last. So we'll put them in at the end of fourth, and then they'll just last the last laps. Even I'd say end of fourth. Starting with hards, I think I almost have to make it to the, end of fourth. Yeah, a little bit more than, half the race. Softs are going to be real iffy at the end. Let me know in the comments, the live stream comments, you are the JCCR Racing pit crew. Let me know what I should do here. We're on hards. Do we pit at the end of fourth or at the end of fifth lap? So easing into the throttle there, because if we're too hard with the throttle, we will spin out. So get the apex so we can be back on the throttle very early there. That's going to help have a nice quick lap. Just a wee bit of throttle there. Late apex on that one, so the apex was basically where the marker was, letting us know where we could actually get back on the throttle. End of fifth, great idea, Knight Rider. Thanks for confirming that. I had a suspicion that I should do that, but I'm just used to pitting at the end of fourth, but I usually start on the softs, and it is the end of the week, so if we're gonna get a pole position, now is the time. We got pole position actually on night 2 here, but haven't gotten it since. We got it on a Tuesday, beginning of the week. And second is catching up. Biff stiff now. What happened? Nielsen there had the fastest lap, but he's out of the picture. Trail brake right in the late apex here. There we go, that marker giving us the perfect indicator of where we can get back on the throttle and not drive ourselves into the wall. At the 300. Love to try to, would like once we get to the softs, let's see if we can get the fastest lap in, beat that 152.7 by racing and driving safe and smart, applying basic racecraft. I think we're gonna pull off a pole position here, top 3. Got lost looking at that back camera, not the safest thing. Got to focus on the road ahead, not the road behind, just like in life. Focus too much on your road behind, worry too much about it. That'll lead to some possible depression. So no fuel need. Let's jump right in. And we are back on the track. Mr. Knight Rider Jim, thank you very much for the support tonight. Got to make sure we do not cross those white lines. Ooh, pitting makes for a 2:12 lap. But these softs are sticking very nicely. Oh, and we're in fourth. We're off pole, so we got a little bit of work to do here. Kenny, we are coming for you, buddy. Do a nice, safe, smart pass by you. It's not Grand Theft Auto. We're definitely not playing Call of Duty here, so we'll do a nice, clean, safe pass. Give you the whole track there. Try to carry up some speed up the hill here. Oh, and we were not in the best position there, but we made it through. Oh, first and third, if they have to pit, that will definitely help out Mr. Knight Rider Jim. Oh, and you boy, were you ever right. I got the best racing pit crew. I am very fortunate. Thank you, Mr. Knight Rider Jim. Blessed indeed. And second, you're right on both accounts. Watching what's behind us on the radar and seeing that I was okay to take, you know, a nice line through there. Nothing too defensive. Thankfully we're driving manual. That's really helping out with the late braking. Ooh, didn't carry too much speed through there because I overbraked. Easy common mistake. But catching the apexes mean we get to be back in the throttle so much sooner instead of just braking to the apex and past the apex because we're off the apex. If we're on the apex, we're back on the throttle a lot earlier. We got 3-second lead on third. We've got a 2.1 second. We're behind 2.1 seconds there on first. Hey, Aussie Pug, howdy, mate. Thank you so much for making it in. Didn't get a little harder through that corner because we weren't in first, so a little, not quite enough rotation, a little too much track use there. Aussie Pug, I heard you made one of, I think it was Super Doofus. You're working on a livery for him. Very kind and generous of you. Either Super Doofus or Philness GT. So kind of you. We're rocking out your livery right here, right now. Oh, 152.3. I think we just picked up, yes, we picked up the fastest lap. So a little bit of basic racecraft will get you wins and safe, smart driving. Avoid the battles. Avoid the drama. Get the win. Oh, pushed it about to the max there, carrying a little bit too much speed. Oh, his tires are shot. That is good to know. I will pay heed. So I won't push it quite as hard, risking a crash out on my end. Just a little bit of patience. And we'll have first. Better than my last lap, and the last lap was the record for this race. Amongst, oh geez, pushed it too hard. Record not for the race overall, but just for our racers on track at this particular moment. Got to focus on the track, not get distracted by lap times and who's where, but we got Biff Stiff behind us and Nielsen up in front. 152.5, not too shabby for my level of racing. There we go, we got more apex and we got caught up. So we got more apex, that's going to be a nice pass for us. Oh, and he's going to try to do a hit pass. Better watch out. We are in danger. There we go. I think we had to do a little Batman there. He had it coming. Oh, and he's coming back. Is he coming back fast and hard? We'll find out in just a moment. Hey, today. You're here for the last lap hijinks. Things are getting out of hand. Third has actually had a chance to catch up from that battling, unfortunately. So Nielsen in battling it out with me. He's going to finish in third or fourth. Here we go. We might have a first place locked in. So good to see you, Aussie Pug. TD, that bike guy, good to see you as well. And we did a thing. It is done. In the books, a first place. That feels good, and I'm happy that several of you were here for that. Sandro Ferreras, how are you, friend? I like your emblem there for your name. Very cool. So let's see how this shook up. Actually, we had some C racers up with us. So Nielsen was a C rater with a C rating with a safety rating of C. Our safety rating probably went down after that little interaction. And Lieutenant Figueroa driving the GTR. I like the GTR and I respect people that drive the Viper. It's an off choice and it's a great choice. Lots of fun there. I don't know how Gabriel in 11th picked up that's a 1 minute penalty, because Benitez has a 1 second penalty in the Mercedes AMG, which is fantastic car to be driving. But yeah, that looked like a 1 minute penalty. Oh, he must not have pitted. That must be the reason. So yeah, a little bit of chaos there on the last lap. A little Mario Kart chaotic racing, but we still got a clean race bonus and a pole position. So GT7 not penalizing us for after being attacked on the straights. We just kind of let things happen, and somehow someone ended up in the wall there. We just didn't give them any track after they were hitting us. So picked up a clean race bonus. Comical. Don't know if I deserve it, but I'll take it. Thanks, folks, for being here for that. Let's see if we can pull off another pole position. Certainly helps when you start in first to end in first. We didn't have to fight through an entire pack. Yes, there was a battle last lap, but otherwise, I'm going to throw out some kindness into the world here. Say, oops, nope, not almost had it. Want to say it, well done. Well, that just sounds weird now, but... And thanks for this race. That was a lot of fun. So let's see how it shook out. We finished up in first, Biff Stiff in second for a silver with the Citroën race car. Funny, Citroën. It's kind of like a citrus, a lemon, sounds like. You got Nielsen there in the RSF GT3. Good looking livery there. And another nice livery from Narsquatch in the NSX. GTR from Lieutenant Figueroa, student driver in the Viper, love it, looking good, the SRT Viper. Romain with a 650S McLaren, good on you, mate, for running the McLaren. We got Hammer, Pembroke, and Benitez, so those are our top 10 racers. So yeah, another C racer right here in the AMG. Really like that AMG, good solid stuff. Let me know in the comments what you're racing, and again, thank you very much to the comments. Mr. Knight Rider Jim, that was very helpful having you along for the ride. You definitely helped us out there. Very, very useful. And I'm curious if we're now going to be officially bumped up into the C class. We're in race C, but are we going to be in the C lobby? Well, we'll find out in 7 minutes. Loving it. Let's just review some of the cars we've driven this week and review what we just did. Well, we started off on the hards. So we did our first laps on the hards in case there'd be battling. And we want to, once the pack is actually spread out. So the pack is very condensed at the beginning of the race. So why wear out the softs with getting pushed around or really squealing the tires to avoid collisions? And we left the softs for the end of the race. And that was pretty big deal for us. Mr. Knight Rider Jim giving us the tip to actually pit at the end of 5th and not the end of 4th, and that's why we still had rubber on the car for that last lap, and we got the pass on 2nd because he was just kind of squirreling all over the place without having proper rubber on the car. Now, we have tested out a lot of cars this week since the update, and all the cars seem the same. A few seem slightly worse, downgraded you could say, but most big improvements. The easiest, and I called it at the beginning of the week, right after the update, the easiest car, the most beginner or intermediate friendly being the RCZ, and now we're seeing at the top of list for fastest times. This is the new OP, overpowered meta car in my opinion. The Italia is much of the same. The Corvette I find is just ever so slightly, it was incredible. And now it's very good, or you could say it was excellent, and now it's very good. The GTR seems to have gotten a bit of a bump, and I liked it quite a bit. Lamborghini, a little easier, but still having a little issue with those elevated curbs. So the 911, most improved, absolutely enjoying it and loving it. We could do some practice laps. Let's test out how the McLaren runs here. We'll throw on the racing softs to see if we can get a nice fast lap. And if there's any cars you want to see tested out and kind of reviewed from your beginner, intermediate driver perspective, I am all for that. The brakes are fantastic. Not bad at all at handling the elevated curb there. That can spin out some cars. So 149.6 fastest lap. Can we get anywhere near that? Try one in the McLaren. At the 300, basically right at the mark. Okay, the brakes are really, really good. So if we're going to drive this quick, we're going to have to do a lot of last minute braking, a little later than we're used to in the 911. Yes, I'm running the PS5 and bought the Sony TV that the PS5 recommends to go with. And liking it quite a bit. Running the Thrustmaster TG2. Loving that. Before had the T150, which was a nice starter wheel. Ooh, way easy to drive through there. than the 911. You can brake and be going through that little difficult section. Find the turn-in isn't quite as turn-in on the 911 is better. I think it sounds better than the 911. Follow the tire marks, often a good indicator of where to go. Really nice through there. This thing has very nice low end acceleration. Doesn't bog out in first the way the 911 does. Not slow, definitely not my fastest. That'd be a very defensive line through there. Oh, very cool. Enjoy Silver Fox, Super Doofus, and enjoy your date. I wish you the absolute best. Thank you so much for dropping in to say hi. That's very kind of you, Super Doofus. But enjoy your date. Sunday is the family and friend day. Spend it with family and spend it with the wife. Take care, buddy. Now let's just switch back to the 911 for one last race of the night. So we'll cancel that entry. We'll jump into the 911 that we want to practice to the max because it's the manufacturer cup car we are using. Start on the hards. That worked out really nice. And I think now we're probably going to be in the C class with cars. It'll start us up maybe in 7th or 8th. Very nice time from Lead Pencil there, and Aussie Pug 147s. Also with Porsche, GT, CTR, RSR, New Genetics. Very nice. Ooh, nice livery on that Ferrari. Very, very nice. So some of the friends here. Ash Wolf, good work. Sandro Ferreras. Yes, I am in... Oh, did I go to the race? Oh, okay, good, good. It will start up in 37 seconds. Phew. Yes, I am located in Canada. Little over rotation with the 911, but nothing that can't be handled. Try not to create too much resistance on those front tires through the tunnel. Tempting to just follow the markers and squeal out the tires. Wow, so quite a difference here. We've got a B racer up there, and we are in a consistent C league. And actually, it's not just a consistent C league. We've got 1, 2, 3 B racers, and wow, look at the safety ratings here. You've got a C safety rating up there, a C. This might be one of the more chaotic races. Back with Biff Stiff, so that's cool. We didn't have any issues with Biff Stiff last race whatsoever. So we'll have to worry maybe Dirty Grills. Dirty Grills, that might be, hopefully that's a paint on the front of his BMW. And nothing else, because with the name Dirty Grills, it might be all thrills and dirty hits. We'll find out. El Gran Gas, so I'm just going to throw out, take a moment here and say good evening to everyone. Have a good race. Biff Stiff, good to see you again. And the race is on at Grand Valley, race 2 of the live stream, got a first place finish last race. And GT7, when you get a first place, what do they often reward you with? Putting you into the new league. So here we go. We're going to be racing up with some B speed drivers. So that's pretty darn quick. We'll see what we can do. Have the radar on for sure with all these C-rated safety rating drivers. Now, if you're wondering if you should be working on getting into a faster league, or, you know, let's say they can go hand in hand, but let's say you think it's one or the other, or driving safely, I'd say drive safely, focus and worry about getting the S safety league first, because you're going to have much more enjoyable races than if you're really quick but put in with really dirty drivers, which can make for some very frustrating races. The Mario Kart style races where it's not even green turtle shells, it's those deliberate heat-seeking red turtle shells. But we also cover on this channel what to do when you got people banging on you, taking you to Pound Town on the straightaways. All right, let's use up the whole track, get to the apex, run hard so we can't push it and full throttle through there the way we will on the softs. At the 300, get down to braking, partial braking to the middle of the apex, then back on the throttle. We're on the right side of the track here. We'll brake a little there, brake a little more here, brake one last bit just to get the right angle. Oh, safe smart driving is gonna get us probably past Dirty here. Not calling anyone names, that is his name. Driving the BMW, that is a solid car. Another reason why he might be a dirty driver, that is a car made for taking other people off the track. That and the GTR, those things are solid. The AMG is surprisingly solid. Usually the beauties aren't so solid. Oh, what is going on with his tires? Poor guy. So just a little bit past the 100, we'll trail brake right to that marker, ideally, so we can even go a little bit braking past, a little further than the 100. And you got to set up that corner to get a nice, oh, that would have been deadly, nice pass. Oh, and he actually played it clean. He gave us a few warnings, a few swipes, but he didn't make contact. That is wonderful. And we returned him the favor, and I overturned there, slowing us down to avoid contact. If he doesn't trade paint, we won't trade paint. And often retaliations aren't worth it anyways, even if he had. Anyways, he can be our racing partner. We can trail behind him, draft behind him, let him cut win for us. Now, a lot of much faster racers that we're going up against, but safe, smart driving should get us a decent position despite the B racers and the much faster C racers. So last race, we finished first, but we also started first. We had a little back and forth. We went to as low as 4th or 5th, but now it's a different game. We're starting, what was it, in 9th? Much faster drivers, so the only thing that's going to get us near the podium is safe, smart driving. So did not protect the inside there at all, but try to set up nicely for here. Oof. 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 Neither of us let off the pedal there. Partial braking all the way to this apex, and got to stay away from that storm drain. It'll spin out most cars. Woo! Came back for a nice little attack, Burt McKiller. Interesting name in front of us. Ham and cheese in 8th. This is a nice clumping of cars. Looking forward to getting the softs on and seeing what we can do. Definitely going to try to avoid a battle. jump into the middle of the pack here. That's not an ideal line by any means, but it was an line to try to pass the pack, and did work hard to not hit anyone there. Not my style. Safe, clean driving is, and if you want to be part of the racing team, just change your name to JCCR underscore and your name, and then you're part of the racing team. Just ask at any point, Super Doofus, Philness, or myself. Then you can throw on the race team livery, but make sure to put your name, edit it, put your name on the back of the car so people don't get us all confused. Ooh, nice little paint trade there. Nothing disrespectful. Oh, but that's a different story. That is very deliberate. That was dirty. I wonder at the end of the race what the safety rating there is. That just the occasional I need this position badly hit, or is that the regular driving style? We'll know at the end of the race based on his safety rating, so stay tuned. Let's catch that at the end. So lost a lot of positions where we got hit off track right there last lap. Now we're on the hard, so we'll run them to the end of 5th, then we'll throw on our softs, and we'll be flying past some of these cars. Should be, at least. Ham and Cheese going in the pits. He's probably, yeah, he's taking off his softs. So it looks like everyone was running softs, so we're going to have a nice advantage for the end of the race. I will try to be clean, safe, and smart when passing the Lambo in front of us, despite the hit. Ooh, downshifted just to keep us from sliding off. Go wide here, cut in, a little braking here. We got to be careful with the 911. If we brake too hard through there, the car will slide out. Go wide here and deep so we can, oh, miss the apex though, not the goal. The goal is to go wide and deep there and then drive to the apex. Stay to the left here, so then at the marker we can start turning in. Ooh, what kind of battle is going to ensue up ahead? First for rotation. And there we've got it. Oh, awfully close to the wall. Lost a little bit of speed there. A little too much dirt off-roading. One more lap on the hards, then we'll be flying with the softs. What is going on between those two? Yeah, good idea to pit on his part. One, he had softs on, and two, 4th place here was giving him a real hard time. He was ready to completely battle it out. He wasn't having any of the shenanigans. Sorry, friend. Oh, not the place to be sliding out. Not supposed to be drifting this track. Whew. That was spicy. All right, I got to get used to starting to brake at the marker, but then just trail braking. All right, we got 2.7 seconds with the car behind us, but we do still need to pit. We will be pitting. This is the lap, but we'll have softs on. See if we can get up into pole or a top 5. All right, going into the pit with 4th. That's good news. I don't know why they offer us to make the major mistake, but hey, freedom of choice means sometimes having the freedom to make bad choices. Get real careful not to cross the pit line. Oof. Car behind us hit the wall. That spooked me, and oh, quite the nasty battle up there. Everyone's on hards now. We are in a good position to actually do some pretty, what will look like pretty impressive driving as we pass many cars, hopefully, with these softs. As long as we put down the racing basics, the racecraft. So I got to be careful braking here when the steering wheel is turned. Great way to slide out the mid-engines. Oh my goodness. Oh, hoo hoo. Safe, smart driving got us through that. Just had to be patient. Oh, they're still battling out. That's too bad for both of them. First for rotation, start to ease into the throttle. There we go, fast laps. I don't know if I've got a flat 150, but definitely have some 152s. 151s hopefully. Oh, some people at the top of the pack, several people still need to pit, so yeah, not bad. Let's see where we throw back out. Some just coming out of the pits now. Real late apex on this one, but once we see that marker, we can be back on the throttle. Do not need and should not race out to that marker. It's just driving extra track for nothing. No marker here, but we definitely, oh yeah, there's the marker. Oh, upshift just to gain, stop the slide. Now if we had that line correct, we'd have been back on the throttle at the inside marker. A little braking here, a little more. Well worth to take it in slow here so we can get to the outside of the track and set up this straightaway. Oh, this is going to be a decent lap. Just after the 100. Brake to, try to brake to the apex. Forgot to be in first, missed the rotation. Being in the wrong gear making a huge difference for getting around these turns quickly. Need to get a little closer to the cars in front so next straightaway we can benefit from some drafting. 911 certainly enjoys being revved out. Use the whole track from the outside to the inside. Do my braking in there. Try to save the apex there. Really, the 911 is great for turning in towards the apex when you're on throttle. And on brake. There we go. 1 1/4 laps left. 2.9 seconds behind Bert McKiller, who passed us, and I think, was it Bert? Is he in an RCZ? If he is, definitely made some contact earlier. All right, so no penalty there. So I think that was about the absolute most curb I can be popping through the first section of that S. Last lap. Oh, there could be hijinks. There could be a bit of battling. We got probably a hungry driver behind us at the 200 this time. Push it in a little deeper. Oh yeah, no problem braking at the 200 there. We've been braking way too early, so that's going to help us in the future. Racing's like any skill or business you're trying to build up. You got to make mistakes, take notes, learn from them, and just work on constantly improving. Oh, and he ate wall behind us, so I think we'll be okay if we're not getting past. We're just safe and smart. Oh, he's still back there. He's lurking. We got a lurker. All right, so respectful 7th. Never quite fast enough to catch up to 6th, but we are mixed in with, now it's all C and some B. So we definitely moved up quite a bit from being at the bottom of D at the beginning of the week, and now we're getting to the upper part of C since they're mixing us in with a B rater or two. B rating or two, not a B rater. Mind you, the B driver has a C rating, so he is a bit of a probably B rater. Probably raids up the backs of other vehicles, possibly with a C rating. So there we have it. It's not a pole. We got pole last race, but we made it through. All right, so 2 B racers in the pack. So we need to just consistently get 7th or higher, and we'll move into having more and more B racers, meaning more chaos, because they're going to be the worst of the B class. So this is going to be an exciting week coming up. If tomorrow's race we've never raced before, we might get kicked right back down the D and start the whole process of trying to go from beginner to winner or zero to hero. But join us every week as we try to go beginner to winner, racing almost pretty much every night, unless, there's someone's birthday, or I, end up doing 13 hours of work, for example. But generally always starting the racing up between right around 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Sometimes get on a little early, but mostly if you make it for 9:30, if you subscribe and turn bell notifications on, YouTube will actually suggest this content to you again. Otherwise, YouTube will probably never mention this content ever again. But if you turn bell notifications on, you'll actually watch us learn and grow. We started in the E class. We played back and forth between the D and C class, mostly in the D, but I think now we're mostly going to be in the C now that we're going to be consistently applying racecraft. So D Redneck, great job with the GTR Nismo. I think that's a great car. always, and especially since the update, but it's always been great. Safety rating didn't go down. Love that Sprinkman. Well-deserved second place because his safety rating went up and his speed rating went up. That's what I love to see. JJCF, great job with the 911 bronze positioning, and there's nothing wrong with fourth place when you got it clean. Great job working on getting into a safer rating. Dirty Grills, good job. Despite the name, you're an S driver. Great job. Bert McKiller up there. I think that is the RCZ. Yeah, it is the RCZ that took us off the track earlier, or spun us out. So that's interesting. But we climbed back up. Or it could have been that one. Who knows? It was an RCZ nonetheless. And I'm curious about the Lamborghini. Where's the Lamborghini? What's that safety rating? Oh, and I assumed incorrectly about the Lamborghini, I guess. So very interesting there. So lots of C and some B in there. 3 B racers. So we're not that far off B. I will just have to keep it up. So stick with us. Keep watching Super Doofus Inc. You're here for a few fantastic race long and prosper, as you say. Love it. Thank you so much, folks. Really blessed to have you along for the journey. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch, hang out, drop comments. The live stream often is dropping some excellent comments on how to become faster at races, what cars to use, why, how to take on turns. So really blessed with a fantastic live stream community. Folks, until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power, and hope you get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love sometime. And if anyone in the real world judges you for, driving sim racing, you can laugh, because I'll tell you, I've got a 2017 GT350 Shelby Mustang, Shelby GT350. I have 2 Porsche 911s, a 1991 Toyota MR2 boosted with a new motor, JDM, and I have a 2024 Ford F-150. I drive pretty neat cars on a regular basis, and this is still my favorite place to drive cars. So folks, enjoy your sim racing, enjoy the learning process, put the ego aside, and be ready to be a little embarrassed like I am so often online. Heck, I used to even be horribly fearful of public speaking or speaking in this type of scenario to a camera as well. But anything you want to get done in life, pretty much all of it is possible. You just need to figure out, okay, what's the main goal? What's the dream? Let's break it into all sorts of little goals that are actually attainable, and then just work and persist. Persistence will win over natural talent. Persistence and hard work will win over, starting off with a bunch of money. Give it all you've got, folks, and let us know in the live stream how chasing your dreams and goals is going. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Godspeed, everybody, and God bless and Godspeed. Take care.